4 alchemists, 1 mountain, and enough energy to create gods. But today they're attempting the impossible, refining 4 Tier 9 mysterious pills at once. If you enjoy the way I make my videos, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It really motivates me to keep creating. The 4 of them are all refining Tier 9 mysterious pills. From the leader's seat, Yao Dan watched the extraordinary phenomena forming in the sky. A strange expression unconsciously appeared on his face. With his level of perception, he could clearly see through the situation these 4 were facing. While he might not fully understand the capabilities of the others, he knew Elder Wanhuo extremely well. Though Elder Wanhuo's alchemy skills were formidable, his chances of successfully refining a Tier 9 mysterious pill likely did not exceed 20%. Moreover, refining a Tier 9 mysterious pill required the absorption of an utterly terrifying amount of natural energy. Even though the energy within a 5,000-kilometer radius of Medicine Mountain was exceptionally dense, it was clearly insufficient to support the formation of 4 such pills at the same time. By Yao Dan's estimation, even draining all the energy within that range would barely be enough to refine a single Tier 9 mysterious pill. And yet, these 4 were attempting to refine 4 at once. If refining a Tier 9 mysterious pill were that easy, it wouldn't be so rare in this world. Yao Dan shook his head faintly. In his heart, he did not believe any of them would succeed. Most likely all 4 would fail, ending the competition in a draw. Yao Dan could see far ahead, but the others lacked such insight. Thus, the crowd below stared skyward with shock and excitement. A pill-refining spectacle of this magnitude was something most of them would never witness again in their lifetimes. Yao Lao also frowned deeply. Although he knew Xiaoyan had obtained an extremely rare Tier 9 mysterious pill formula. From the first elder of the pill tower, he had not expected Xiaoyan to choose it at such a moment. The difference between a Tier 9 treasure pill and a Tier 9 mysterious pill was merely one word, but in reality it was the difference between heaven and earth. Tier 9 treasure pills were already exceedingly rare, yet not unheard of. However, in the past 100 years, Yao Lao had never once heard of anyone successfully refining a Tier 9 mysterious pill. From this alone, one could imagine the terrifying difficulty involved. High above the energy of the heavens began to howl wildly, converging into 4 enormous tornadoes. One end of each tornado connected to a fire cauldron, while the other frantically devoured the surrounding natural energy, pouring it endlessly inside. The spectators suddenly felt the dou qi within their bodies trembling violently, as though it were about to be forcibly ripped out. Shock surged through their hearts. Many hurriedly retreated, terrified that the energy they had painstakingly cultivated might be sucked away by the storms above. Such a loss would be unbearable. This bizarre phenomenon persisted for 3 full days. During that time, no one could track how much energy had been absorbed. All they could sense was that the air itself had grown thin and hollow. Even the medicinal plants around the arena began to wither, their vibrant green fading into sickly yellow as their life force was ruthlessly drained. Refining a Tier 9 mysterious pill was akin to mortals forging a divine artifact. The energy required was so vast, it could leave even elite Dou Shengs trembling in fear. Ancient records stated that wherever a Tier 9 mysterious pill was born, everything within a 5-kilometer radius would be left barren. It was precisely this terrifying energy requirement that granted such pills astonishing intelligence upon birth. Of course, reaching the level of the small pill tower's ancestor was another matter entirely. That transformation was partly due to fate. The pill had merged with its master's soul at the moment of formation, and after thousands of years of cultivation, it became a unique existence, one of a kind in this world. Although the Yao clan elders felt heartache over the dying medicinal fields, there was nothing they could do. Several elders hurriedly deployed seals over the most precious areas of Medicine Mountain. Otherwise, the mountain would be left utterly barren once the competition ended. By noon of the 3rd day, the ceaseless howling in the sky abruptly quieted. The 4 gigantic tornadoes vanished. 4,000-foot-tall fire cauldrons floated silently in the sky, radiating terrifying energy fluctuations. Even Xiaoyan and the other 3 wore grave expressions. If such power were to explode, survival itself would be uncertain. All the energy within a 5,000-kilometer radius has been exhausted. Yao Dan grasped at the air helplessly before sighing. There's no more energy. The pill refinements have failed. The Yao clan elders could neither laugh nor cry. The embryonic pills within the cauldrons were only half formed, yet there was no longer enough natural energy to sustain them. The perfect heavenly state limited one's control to energy within a 5,000-kilometer radius. Only those whose souls reached the legendary Dai state could freely draw energy wherever their spiritual perception extended. Ancient legends claimed that such beings could command nearly half the central plane's energy with a single thought, a level so terrifying it defied imagination. Xiaoyan and the others opened their eyes simultaneously. They stared at the half-formed pills within their cauldrons, their brows deeply furrowed. "Looks like none of us will succeed this time." Elder Wanhuo laughed bitterly. That may not be so." Hun Huzi's strange laughter echoed just as the words fell. His hand seals suddenly shifted, and he slammed his palm against his cauldron. 3 pillars of black flame erupted, transforming into rapidly spinning black holes. A horrifying, devouring force burst forth, forcibly swallowing the energy that the other 3 had accumulated over the past days. "Hun Huzi, you dare!" Old Man Shen Nong and Elder Wanhuo roared in fury. Their heavenly flames surged forward, but instead of resisting, the black holes spun faster, devouring even their flames. Their expressions instantly turned ugly. The life spirit flame was famed for support, not combat, while the 9 serene wind flame ranked far below the nihility devouring flame. "Ha ha, you think such flames can stop my nihility? Devouring flame. What a joke." Hun Huzi laughed loudly, then suddenly froze. A pink glow burst from Xiaoyan's cauldron. A flame baby appeared, eyes full of disdain. With a casual wave, pink flames wrapped around the black hole, instantly purifying its devouring force. The purifying demonic lotus flame countered devouring with purification, and Xiaoyan's flame was a true essence flame, complete with a heavenly flame spirit, while Hun Huzi wielded only a seed flame. "Hun Huzi, thank you for the gift." Xiaoyan smiled calmly. "I'll gladly accept this energy." The purified energy poured into his cauldron, causing the embryonic pill to rapidly solidify. Hun Huzi's face darkened. Not only had he failed, he had lost energy instead. "Humph, don't celebrate too soon." His hand seals shifted again. The black holes intensified their devouring, drawing even more energy from Shen Nong and Wan Huo. His embryonic pill began to glow brilliantly on the verge of completion. Soon, joy flashed across his face, then vanished. A pink flame streaked over. The flame baby appeared atop his cauldron, lips curled in contempt. With a slap, it lifted the cauldron lid, snatched the embryonic pill, and vanished like smoke. "You are seeking death." Hun Huzi's furious roar shook the heavens. The sudden reversal of the situation was downright comical. Little Yi had abruptly charged into Hun Huzi's fire cauldron and snatched away the embryonic medicinal pill that had yet to fully take shape. This outrageous act not only sent Hun Huzi into a fury, even Xiaoyan himself was momentarily stunned. This had nothing to do with him at all. Little Yi had acted entirely on its own initiative. Yao Dan and the many Yao clan elders seated around the arena stared blankly at the scene unfolding in the sky. A moment later, their faces twitched, expressions caught between laughter and disbelief. No one had imagined that Xiaoyan's heavenly flame spirit would be so unrestrained. Hun Huzi had merely stolen some energy, yet Little Yi had brazenly stormed into the enemy's cauldron and directly stolen the embryonic pill itself. "You brought this upon yourself." Hun Huzi's earlier actions had already irritated the Yao clan elders, and many of them now laughed softly with undisguised schadenfreude. Yao Dan, seated at the head, shook his head, helplessly unsure whether to laugh or cry. A dignified pill-refining competition had devolved into competitors openly robbing one another, truly a sight that left one speechless. "This little brat really never follows the usual rules." Yao Lao chuckled. He had no idea that Xiaoyan was in fact just as innocent in this matter. Under countless gazes, Little Yi flashed through the air and appeared in front of Xiaoyan. His small, fleshy face was lit with a smug grin. Clutched in his arms was a glowing cluster of light larger than his own body. Within it, a faint baby-like silhouette could be seen, the embryonic form of Hun Huzi's medicinal pill. "Xiaoyan, I will tear you into pieces today." Thunderous booms erupted as Hun Huzi surged forward. His face was icy and ferocious, all composure shattered. Never in his life had he suffered such humiliation. The embryonic pill he had refined with immense effort had been stolen before it even fully formed. The rage boiling in his heart was indescribable. A black flame suddenly burst from his cauldron, condensing into a massive black fire dragon that roared as it charged toward Xiaoyan. Its gaping jaws radiated an overwhelming devouring force. "Hun Huzi, since you enjoy devouring energy, so much this old man shall give you some." A vast green sea of flames surged up from below. Towering trees erupted instantly, their branches twisting like vines as they entangled the black fire dragon. "Old man Shen, none you dare oppose me." Though the attack failed to truly injure the fire dragon, it successfully halted its advance. Hun Huzi's gaze turned frigid as he glared at Shen Nong. "This old man has lived long enough to fear no one," Shen Nong replied coldly. "If I have the chance, I would rather eliminate a traitor who betrayed his teacher. Otherwise, you disgrace the name of all alchemists." "With your strength," Hun Huzi sneered savagely. "You're courting death. I haven't even targeted your life spirit flame yet. You dare provoke me." The black fire dragon roared, its jaws opening wide as it attempted to swallow the green sea of flames. A violent devouring force erupted. Boom! A pale black tornado suddenly smashed into Hun Huzi's body, detonating with explosive force and sending the fire dragon tumbling through the air. "Wan Hyo is your Yao clan, determined to become enemies of my Hun clan." Hun Huzi's expression twisted into something terrifying as he roared at Elder Wan Huo. "The competition has nothing to do with clans," Wan Huo replied coldly. "You're allowed to attack others, but no one may retaliate." What a joke. Hun Huzi's eyes twitched violently. He laughed in extreme anger, black flames writhing like venomous serpents deep within his pupils. Just as those flames threatened to burst forth, he abruptly restrained himself. "You think the two of you can stop me?" The black fire dragon surged forward again, colliding fiercely with the 9 serene wind flame tornado. The sky churned violently as fire rain poured down. Only the rapid intervention of the Yao clan elders prevented Medicine Mountain from being reduced to ruins. Xiaoyan watched the chaotic clash of the 3 great heavenly flames from afar, surprise flickering through his heart. It was clear now Hun Huzi was truly not easy to deal with. "There's no time left. I must extract the energy from this embryonic pill first." Xiaoyan shifted his focus. Refining a Tier 9 mysterious pill required an unfathomable amount of energy. However, with Hun Huzi's embryonic pill as nourishment, his chances would rise significantly. For ordinary alchemists, forcibly absorbing another pill's energy would result in instant failure due to conflicting medicinal properties. But Xiaoyan had no such concern. The purifying demonic lotus flame could refine anything into the purest form of energy. Little Yi, sensing Xiaoyan's intent, Little Yi opened his mouth and swallowed the embryonic pill whole. An overwhelming surge of energy exploded within him, his body rapidly swelling until he resembled a giant flame infant suspended in the sky. The glowing mass inside Little Yi, brightened before transforming into a colossal pillar of light that plunged straight into Xiaoyan's fire cauldron. The sheer magnitude of energy caused countless expressions to change in shock. "Bastard!" Hun Huzi instantly sensed the severing of his connection to the pill. His eyes turned blood red as he roared and merged his body into the black fire dragon. Its power skyrocketed, and with a single sweep of its tail, it shattered both the green sea of flames and the black tornado. Xiaoyan frowned. With a flick of his finger, a streak of black light appeared beside him. The Northern King slammed its foot against empty space, launching itself like a cannonball into the fire dragon. A brutal battle erupted. As Xiaoyan engaged Hun Huzi, the light within Little Yi slowly dimmed, fully transferring into the fire cauldron. Still not enough. Though the energy inside the cauldron had grown thick and viscous, it showed no sign of forming. Xiaoyan's brows knitted tightly. The energy demand of a Tier 9 mysterious pill was truly terrifying. Xiaoyan, old man Shen, Nong suddenly called out, "My pill's medicinal balance was already disrupted by Hun Huzi. Today I'll give you a blessing. Whether you succeed depends on your fate." A glowing cluster shot out from Shen Nong's cauldron and flew toward Little Yi. "Many thanks, Elder Shen Nong." Xiaoyan cupped his fists gratefully. Elder Wan Huo hesitated for a moment, then sighed softly. Under the stunned gazes of the Yao clan elders, he tossed his own embryonic pill toward Xiaoyan. "I've waited my entire life to see a Tier 9 mysterious pill," he said. "I'll treat this as witnessing history." "Thank you." Xiaoyan's heart stirred. This was the first genuine goodwill he had felt from the Yao clan. Without delay, he fed both embryonic pills to little Yi. Two massive pillars of light surged into the fire cauldron. The liquid energy within rapidly melted, and a faint point of light slowly emerged at the center. Rumble. Dark clouds instantly swallowed the sky. Black lightning crackled wildly, carrying terrifying destructive power. The deafening thunder caused countless people to gasp. It was their first time witnessing such dreadful pill lightning. Xiaoyan raised his head, eyes blazing. His sleeve swept outward as the cauldron lid flipped open. A wave of medicinal fragrance spread without dispersing. Countless radiant pill beads rained from the sky like a divine downpour. The sight caused many alchemists to tremble and kneel. Yao Dan inhaled sharply, his voice trembling as he whispered, "Pill rain descends. A mysterious pill is born."